once again joined here at the broadcast position by Jordan Dobrew. Jordan, how was the party with the Ashes, the new Canadian Apex Wrestling Tag Team Champions?
Peter, I gotta tell you, the vibes are immaculate backstage with the Ashes. We checked out the inflatable nightclub brought to you by Cash Akbar, and man, did we live it up during the intermission in that hardcore match. But I'm ready to call some wrestling again. I'm back in action here, ready to see the realest champion in the history of the city of Vancouver, Nick Price.
Nick Price has held that title in excess of 600 days, and you can see accompanying him to the ring tonight, his personal official, Scooter.
Well, some say personal official, I say official maybe put towards Nick Price's matches, maybe gifted to Nick Price as a certain, I wouldn't say help, but maybe a shoulder to lean on from time to time. Everybody needs that.
And wait just a moment, also in the ring with Nick Price, who is this individual with a life insurance policy in hand?
Hey, you bunch of idiots, listen up. Each and everyone needs your attention. Jeff Starkins, just shut your goddamn mouth, all right?
Oh, no need for that.
Well, he does have the microphone.
Be quiet, because I know you're all paid to come see me wrestle. Of course I kept the chest hair, you idiot. At any rate, people, I don't know if anybody of you pay attention, but I cut a nice little promo in the shower a couple days ago, hyping this all up, and I said that I wasn't going to take out the life insurance. Shut up, I'm talking.
Absolutely no respect to the longest reigning Vancouver champion.
My good friend Scooter here. My family, they all really advised me because the psychopath in the back has lost all control of his emotions, all control of his thoughts and his actions. I need to think about my future and my family. So yes, I did take out that life insurance for my good friend. My good friend. So I advise that if you have a brain, what am I trying to say? I clearly don't have a brain. Anyways, life insurance. Magdalene, in the back. Go see those two beautiful women. They'll set you up, and you get set up for life.
Well, Nick Price has been set up for life by Magdalene Insurance for this match here tonight for the Vancouver Championship against the mighty Lokombo.
Well, a smart decision in that. Like he said, Lokombo unhinged as of recent. We never know the kind of tricks up the Mighty One's sleeves, and Nick Price taking no chances with his own life.
And there is the Mighty One. On several occasions now, he has attempted to get that Vancouver Championship from Nick Price, but at every turn, it feels like Nick Price has got the mighty Lokombo's number. Of course, with thanks to be sure from Scooter on the outside.
Well, I was almost about to say, Peter Brown, you almost gave Nick Price the credit that he deserves there, but once again have to bring Scooter up into the equation.
Well, look, Nick Price has been an impressive champion. You can't be champion for 644 days without being one of the top athletes in the territory. But the fact remains that he has been put to the test against the mighty Lokombo, and many have argued that he has failed that test, and he is lucky to still be champion. Tonight, as the mighty Lokombo Lokombo's last shot.
Some call it luck. I think Nick Price likes to call it well-calculated tactics.
The contest is a singles match set for one fall. And it is for the Vancouver Heavyweight Championship! Introducing first, the challenger from Abbotsford, British Columbia, weighing in at 260 pounds, he is the mighty Lokombo!
Now the mighty Lokombo all over Nick Price. A hot start here in this Vancouver championship match, our third championship match of the night. Of course, we saw new tag team champions earlier tonight crowned in the Ashes, and it was Cremator Von Slasher who retained in the hardcore match against Chad the Gift. And this is the last shot for the mighty Lokombo for the Vancouver Championship here tonight in Vancouver.
Yeah, I think the mighty Lokombo knows what's at stake here. He's thinking about it, but it's not going to be done easy for him.
We got Scooter up on the apron into low blow. He kicked him right between the legs. Did Nick Price. And these are exactly the tactics that he has utilized to retain that championship the last several months.
Well, Jesse Walker once again letting himself get distracted and keeping his eye off the match allows Nick Price to get that maneuver in on Leon Lokombo. And now a couple kicks sending him down to the mat.
Of course, the mighty one earned this opportunity by defeating Shreds, who was hand-picked by Nick Price. The mighty one wants that Vancouver championship, the first gold he would hold here in Canadian Apex Wrestling. Will he be able to do so tonight, or will the cagey veteran, Nick Price, get one over on him for the final time?
And for how much you talk up Leon Lokombo there, Peter Brown, I think you're missing the fact that he was the one who ruined Nick Price's 546-day championship celebration. Unforgivable. You never mess with a man's championship celebration.
That was the most arrogant display I have seen here in Canadian Apex Wrestling. Nick Price throwing a party for himself, but he has been an impressive champion and is one of the top competitors here in the promotion. And with strategy like that, it's easy to see why. A big boot now picking up the mighty one into a quick snap German. Unbelievable from Nick Price.
Well, we talk about the tactics that Leon Lokombo needs to come into this match with, what kind of strategy he's at. We know Nick Price's strategy. He's beaten Leon Lokombo many times before. He just has to go back to the well tonight.
Beaten him by dubious means.
Wow.
And you have to imagine that Nick Price wants to put the mighty one in the rear view mirror to finally end this conflict once and for all. But clearly Nick Price feeling afraid of the mighty one as he had to take out a life insurance policy from Magdalene Consulting.
Well, I think anybody could do that. I think looking back at it, Bushido Brown could have benefited from taking out a life insurance policy before a match as a slam down to the canvas and a cover, new champion.
That power slam nearly got the job done for the mighty one. And yeah, Bushido Brown, who suffered that neck injury, has been taken to a local medical facility here in Vancouver. We'll try to get an update on Bushido, but right now, championship action in the middle of the ring here. Lights on bright here in Vancouver. And they are packed in, standing room only, what has been a tremendous show. And the mighty Lokombo trying to show a tremendous feat of strength here, but Nick Price's boots are on the inside of the ring, not where the mighty one wants them to be. And now that bite is going to send Lokombo down to the canvas. Advantage Price.
Well, Nick Price knows exactly what's coming when it comes to Leon Lokombo. He knows every move, going for the diving splash headbutt there and connects on Lokombo. Cover, chance to retain.
Might be it, but the mighty one got that right shoulder up off the mat. And on the outside, Scooter holding that Vancouver championship. I thought officials were supposed to be impartial.
Well, you could also look at Jesse Walker. He's been letting himself get distracted here. You know, that's not very impartial to take your eye off the match and the safety of others in that ring.
Well, Jesse has been doing a fantastic job officiating here tonight, but there have been some nefarious individuals doing their best to bend the rules, as now Nick Price tries to bend the left arm of the mighty Lokombo out of its socket. Lokombo in trouble here, trying to reach out for the ropes, but Price has got him well positioned here.
Really cinching in that arm lock, and now a kick to the back from Nick Price. And it seems this Vancouver crowd knows what they're talking about. They're a bit endeared to Nick Price, it seems.
Well, he's put on a lot of great matches over the years, but he just got caught by the mighty one in the middle. Could be looking for a power bomb, and now wait a minute, on the outside, what is Dylan doing up on the apron with that life insurance policy in his hand? And from behind, Lokombo just got hit by Price. Distraction paid off, and now drilled to the canvas. Leg is hooked. Shoulders are down. Now
great
one,
job, Scooter.
two, and Scooter tried to do a quick count. He's not the legal official for this match.
But he is a legal official nonetheless, and with Jesse Walker out of the equation there, he was the only man in the pinstripes to make the call.
Well, Jesse is the man in charge of the match. I don't know what Scooter was doing. He should head to the damn back.
Great awareness there from Scooter to see the pin in the ring and a referee down. He has the stripes on. I like what I see there. Great referee.
Lokombo able to avoid the contact, but both men thought the same thing, went for a clothesline, and each competitor tumbled hard down to the canvas. We're at a stalemate here as the actual officials count continues, now up at 3. If neither man is able to get back to his feet, it will be a double countout.
And it's not going to be easy for either man to do, like you said, Peter Brown, as they slowly look to climb their way back to the two soles of their feet, but they'll do it by trading punches all the way up.
Yeah, there's a lot of animosity here. These guys have been going tooth and nail at each other for months here at CAW. And now a kick to the midsection. Price, from behind though, the mighty one could be looking for an electric chair here. He's got him up on his shoulders and just drops him down face first. Price popped back up due to the intensity and a spear. Lokombo could be new champion. 1, 2, no! A 2. The mighty one was a heartbeat away, this close, says Jesse Walker, from being Vancouver champion, earning gold for the first time here at CAW. But Nick Price still the champion. Will he get to day 645?
Well, that's why he's been the champ for 644, somehow able to muster the strength to get that shoulder up, but still in a worse spot than ever.
Could be looking for a powerbomb here, but Price able to slip off, cinched it in, lifts him up, drilled him down to the canvas. And now Price slips over into the cover, but only at 1, just a 1. Where does the mighty one get it from?
That must have been a fast count from Jesse Walker. No way that was kicked out of that 1.
Price is stunned, as is Jordan.
What does Nick Price have to do now? And it seems that he's going to go by any means necessary up to that top rope.
Price knowing he's got that insurance policy. Life protection, oh my goodness! Straight from the heavens, down on the shoulders, count is made, and a no! I thought for sure that was gonna put away the Mighty One. But Nick Price couldn't get the job done on that Herculean effort from the top rope. And now, wait a minute, Scooter just handed him the title. He hasn't won anything yet.
Well, he's still the champion as of this moment, Peter Brown. Match isn't over.
Jesse has taken that championship away. Doesn't want this to end in a disqualification. Here comes the Mighty One. Boot to the midsection. Now looking for that power bomb. And he got him! 1, 2, and oh, again! Picked him up! Into the corner. Buckle bomb. And up goes Price. Down goes Lokombo. 1, 2, 3. We got a new champion! One has overcome every odd. Overcome Scooter. Overcome the insurance policy. And overcome Nick Price. And now, wait a minute. Scooter's saying no, but it was clearly a 3.
Unfortunately, that it was Peter Brown. And now Scooter not gonna let that 644-day reign die that quickly.
Scooter claiming that he is the true official.
Well, he is official, so Lokombo shouldn't be touching him like this.
Lokombo getting some revenge.
Where's Nick? Get him out of there. Get Scooter out of there, please.
Down to the canvas. And the Mighty One has finally prevailed over Scooter. And Nick Price, the former Vancouver champion. It is now day 1 of the reign for the Mighty One.
Nails on a chalkboard, that sentence to me. 644 days, one of the greatest championship reigns in Canadian Apex Wrestling history, has now come to an unceremoniously end.
And of course I've been the boss's back when rockin' B-boys fly from out in the white black bins. Now they shut down the stores in my shop that used to be train robbing, face covered in stock, and I'm down shade dreaming, switching lanes, we see and make them problem for the same reason. Can't believe it, the game needs it, because we believe something for the lead. So we got some trust, because they know I'm giving what they want, they're looking for a come at me on regular surface now. Silverback 8, nickel-plated mag, young, rich and flashy, young. I'm nasty on black clothes, the ice lay on me so classy. And every time I close my lids, I can still see the barrel, I can still see the bridge, I can still see the dreams, I can bring the live to see. 20 angels open the door for me. From now on, I'm moving up, the showing in rhymes, sticks and humidors, that's what I call mature, that's what I call a G, that's what I call a pet, that's what I call a gangster, so foolish. I'm trying to make my team by every step to the 14. That's my dream, so I can be more free. You gotta sell it, right? Fear me. Get on your feet and give it up one more time for your new Vancouver heavyweight champion.
And Nick Price now left alone in the ring, the former champion trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
And we're going to hear from Nick Price.
This match isn't over. I didn't lose.
It's really nice to see good things happen to good people, isn't it?